So, what's your tolerance for ambiguity? I have a very high tolerance for ambiguity. I'm very comfortable in such an environment, and I'm used to making my own decisions. I don't need instructions from my boss to be spelled out in extremely minute detail. I don't want to burden my boss with that, and I don't feel any boss should really have to do that with their subordinates. Now, case in point, in my previous role as a safety inspector, I was in charge with doing safety inspections for all areas of the workplace, and it was never really specified precisely where you draw the line when it comes to is something a safety violation or not. And so that was left a bit fuzzy, and I enjoyed that environment because in the beginning I was able to address a lot of the more major issues and focus on those. And then once we had improved our safety record and tackled a lot of those, I was then able to raise the bar quite a bit and focus on much more of the niggling minor infractions and tackle those. So it worked out very well. I would say I have a very high tolerance for ambiguity. I have been in charge of subordinates myself, and I understand the impracticality of having to specify details out to the nth degree in every conversation you have. So not only am I comfortable in that environment, I actually welcome it. Case in point, in my previous role as director of repair operations for industrial equipment, I would get repair reports every day, and the ability to sort of determine where you draw the line as to what work is truly urgent and what work is technically optional, but something that you should do. That is a tremendous advantage if you can sort of match your current resources and schedule to the work that you do. It allows you to accomplish your business goals. It allows you to operate in a much more efficient manner and take advantage of all the resources at your disposal all the time. So yeah, I would say I've got a very high tolerance for ambiguity. Well, I have a high tolerance for ambiguity. When someone gives me directions, I prefer to determine the details myself. And I look at it as kind of a vehicle to demonstrate my capabilities. For example, in my previous role, when I was working as a coordinator, every single shift I was responsible for executing over 150 separate tasks. And I was not given any tools to facilitate me in this or any guidance. And so what I did was I tapped my background as a computer programmer, as a developer, and I wrote a very quick and dirty app that I installed on my workstation that allowed you to check off each task, and it actually enabled you to execute some of them more efficiently. And this was noticed, and I was commended for this by my boss, who then made it a suggested tool for the entire department.